Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you what is selection subject and active cell object. So let's begin. So let's just put this up, right? And my intention is to bold the rows I've selected. So what's the code to know? What is the code to know what how many rows are selected? Right, so let's say I'm selecting these rows or maybe these rows, right? So I want to know how many rows are selected. So I can use eyes to check, right? Or I can use this code to check. Selections. Selections is the number of cells that are selected, right? So it can be more than just one column, right? It can be this. So that's selections. And then dot rows dot count. Now these will tell us how many rows is this there, right? So I can use the debug.print and print out the number of rows in my immediate window. So I just run this code. So 6 rows, right? You can see that it's a 6 rows. So next things I want to know is I want to change that to total rows. Okay. So total rows I'm selected, right? So I can just put there one more thing is here, and then I want to I want to identify the number of the value that I've selected. So to do that, I can do a looping, right? I want to know every single row that I'm using, right? So I can use the for r equals to total rows. So I'm going to just put that here totals to 1, and I have a step 1, and I want to do a reverse step, so I use a negative and next R. So the for loop, right, is a structures, right? You need a for, you need the word to, the step. If you want to do a negative reverse, right, you can do so, right? So next thing is that I want to know what's my active cells currently is, right? So I can just put a debug.print, okay, right here. So I want to write the code here, and so at the moment, right, it's always showing the first cell that I'm selected, but I want to change it, right? As I move from one row to another row, I want to do the difference. So I use from the active cells, I want to move several rows down, right? I can use the offset functions. So let's say I want to move according to this, right? So I just put the R, and I'm not moving to the next, I'm not getting the next value, a next column value, so I put 0 and dot value. So there's a difference, right? Once you add the dot offset here, so I run this code here, so I can see that there's a USA calculate, right, and so on. So why is it shows USA here, right? This USA is not here, it's actually the value here, right? So because when I first selected, right, it is the total selected rows is 6 row, and my active cell is right here. So I'm gonna move down 6 row. So it's one. Start from here. Here one. So from Musa to X product is one, and then two, and then three, four, five, six. So I get the UNSA value right here. But I don't want the UNSA value, right? I just want the up to this, right? So I want to up to this. So this 6 rows. I don't need that UNSA. So what I do is I put the -1 right here. Okay, so I change that, and I run the code. Let's see. So I run this code here. So I have something very different. Okay, so that because I selecting that from here, right? So I should select from the top to the bottom, and I'll run the code. So I have Colgate, have already Colgate, export that Unsa. So that's it, right? So now I know I have selected the cell here. Next thing is I can change this value dot. After that, I get that particular cells from this active cell by the number of offset, right? I know that cell, and I can change to entire rows dot insert. No, dot, I don't need that. I just use the font dot bow equal true. And because this is setting the properties, I don't need to show debug or print, right? And I run the code. and that's it. These are the cell. But what if I want to highlight the entire rows? Right, I can do so by adding one dot entire rows dot fonts, and I run the code again. Right, so you can see that the other rows are also, the other column values are also like bolded. Right, and that is how you use this selection subject and the active cells and offset. And thanks for watching.